What will be Bethesda's next big fail? Because you know it's happening.
The Bethesda and Xbox Summer Showcase is just a few weeks away now, and just like every year, several very interesting leaks, both new and old, have risen up, and these may very well be giving us some color on what we could actually see at this showcase. Like this nameless, faceless 4chan leak that claims a Fallout 3 remaster is coming in October of 2024, with
But we already know that there's gonna be a Fallout 3 remaster.
Fable and Perfect Dark dropping in 2025, and apparently
Fable is gonna be an absolute nightmare, okay? Fable is gonna be the wokest thing ever. Have you seen the trailer? It's gonna be a misunderstood stereotype black giant and a ugly female protagonist that don't need no man. It's gonna be great. Don't know about Perfect Dark though.
even a trailer for Kojima's new game Overdose featuring Kyle MacLachlan from the Fallout TV show, and more. So of course, it wouldn't be leak season without a 4chan leak like this, but I think the topic of Fallout at this year's summer showcase could actually make quite a bit of sense, with a new game announcement being more likely than ever. But what's that noise? Oh, that's just a fire alarm because I suck at cooking, or at least I did before I got today's video sponsor, HelloFresh.
HelloFresh is trash. Every single pre-made, pre-meal kit thing is complete garbage. You can find pre-made meals in supermarkets, gas stations. Well, Americans have told me you can't find good pre-made food in gas stations. Aren't you supposed to be a not poor country, honestly? But you don't even have high quality, inexpensive gas station food? What's wrong with you? Anyway, don't buy HelloFresh. Just go to a superstore and buy something pre-packaged. You're gonna save money, and it's gonna be better quality, probably, honestly.
But looking back at the showcase leaks, a few weeks ago, Jez Corden, who is one of the most reputable Xbox insiders, said that he heard Xbox wants the next Fallout game out even sooner. This following the success of the Fallout TV show. And the developer behind
that does check out, because the Fallout TV show, while the show itself was a astonishingly 5 out of 10, good highs but very poor lows. You know, the show was beyond successful. It probably eclipsed any expectations, honestly, how much people are gonna watch it. So yeah, it makes sense that that Xbox is like, Fallout New Vegas 2, baby, let's go, chop chop, Bethesda. And Todd Howard is like, yes, master, good times.
this new Fallout game may not even be Bethesda Game Studios.
They're
Good.
currently formulating plans on how to get the next Fallout here for us.
I am so okay with every Bethesda IP given to anyone else but Bethesda at this point. The fentanyl overdosing crack addicts across the street are probably more equipped to make the whatever Bethesda IP than Bethesda themselves at this point.
Sooner rather than later. I'm suggesting someone else is going to build for
Someone else.
And of course, this just makes sense. The Fallout TV show was massive, and yeah, tons of people flocked back to Fallout 76 and even Fallout 4, but the real way Bethesda makes serious money from the Fallout TV show is having a game of their own to sell. Otherwise, they're likely just getting that flat licensing fee, and this leak from Jez Corden ended up aging incredibly well. Just 3 days later, on the Kinda Funny Gamescast, Todd Howard said Bethesda is focusing on making sure the games maintain their quality, but also finding ways to increase their output, as Bethesda doesn't want to wait that long either. And during
This is the guy who is absolutely insane if you mention the name Trump. He literally just flies into some kind of autistic spastic rage. It's kind of impressive, honestly. And then you ask, people have asked him, can you explain what you don't like about Orange Man Bad? He's like, what do you mean? It's great. It's great.
this, he may have even confirmed 2 new Fallout games already in production.
What are we doing on mobile? What are we doing in 76? What are we doing with this thing? What are we doing with this other thing? and when are these landing?
There, he was laying out the runway for Fallout as a franchise. So many fans think that as he says this thing and this other thing, he is in fact talking about 2 new Fallout projects.
I think it's obviously just hyperbolic.
projects that are on the way, and one of these definitely
Dude,
could be
please.
a Fallout 3 remaster, which, even beyond this dodgy 4chan leak, we did get a far more credible leak from Microsoft themselves late last year, as this Bethesda roadmap was published during the FTC case, and of course has a Fallout 3 remaster labeled on it. This roadmap was made by Bethesda in 2020, so it very likely could be outdated, but as you'll start to see, a lot of this roadmap does hold up. It has a Fallout 3 remaster slated as a fiscal year 2024 release, and of course it right now is 2024, although the vast majority of games listed on here did get some kind of delay due to the pandemic. We of course just saw how Microsoft shut down several Bethesda studios. This leaked to the public via a memo, and the core justification for the closures on that memo was, we're making these tough decisions to create capacity to increase investment in other parts of our portfolio.
Hey, this was not a tough decision at all. They closed the studio that was responsible for Redfall. They closed studios that did absolutely nothing of value.
And focus on our priority games. And when it comes to priority games, not much is going to top Fallout right now. Fallout 4 is almost 9 years old, but still one of the most played games on both Xbox and Steam right now, and Fallout 76 is an
Well, on Steam right now, that's, a little bit, When you have a 80% discount on everything Fallout and the Fallout show drops, this is a little bit cheap to honestly say at this point, but okay.
even that far behind it. So we're hearing how both Xbox and Bethesda want a Fallout game out faster, and even Obsidian has been saying that they are more than happy to work on a new one. So when we look back at this Todd Howard quote, it seems completely plausible to me that one of the games mentioned here is a Fallout 3 remaster, while a second game could be a spin-off game that's being worked on by Obsidian as they finalize production on Avowed and they look to move that team elsewhere. I mean, based off these leaks, literally everyone wants more Fallout. Todd Howard does, Bethesda does,
Todd Howard does not want to give the Fallout franchise to anything. Fallout 3 was Todd Howard's magnus opus, and well, let's face it, it's not even that good, okay? Fallout 4 is better than Fallout 3, and the crowning jewel is obviously New Vegas, which was not made by Bethesda. And everyone, unanimously, Fallout 4 is the best Fallout. Everyone who has played every game is going to easily tell you. It's not even going to be close. And obviously Todd Howard, being someone of an absolute megalomaniac, does not exactly appreciate the fact that, their most known game, their critically best acclaimed game by gamers, is something they didn't even touch. Yeah, that probably stings a lot.
do, and even Xbox does. But sadly, this doesn't mean we'll be seeing more of it at the showcase, and it definitely doesn't mean it'll be coming out this year. One of the big issues I have with this leak beyond, 4chan, is the remaster coming out in late 2024, October is specifically what it says. I think this overarching negative sentiment around Xbox as a result of some of the recent closures, as well as other news, makes a Fallout announcement at the showcase a lot more likely. If you announce Fallout, even if it's just a title reveal with a developer, you'll get a ton of fans incredibly excited for the future of Xbox. But based off this recent
not for the future of Xbox, just for Fallout.
Jez Corden report, it's only just in the last few months or so that Xbox has been looking to get Fallout games out quicker, which makes me think that they weren't doing that already, and in turn, I kinda doubt a new Fallout game will drop this year. Although, something that could be wound up relatively quickly is Fallout 4 creations, paid mods for Fallout 4. Bethesda just added this system to Skyrim, and it's coming to Starfield right around the same time as the showcase. But their most popular game right now doesn't have it for some reason, as well as whatever Fallout 76 DLC is dropping later this year will almost certainly be present at the showcase. So either way, things are definitely moving with Fallout, and I wouldn't be shocked if at the showcase we see a high-level tease of something. It could be as simple as this Elder Scrolls 6 teaser though, except for a Fallout spin-off or even a Fallout 5. Although, maybe this leak is real. In the past couple of days, several insiders have come forward to suggest an older Xbox JRPG could get a remaster reveal at the showcase. Shepshaw Nick took to Twitter to say,
JRPG? Huh?
If what I've heard is true, fans of the Xbox 360 era JRPGs will have something to look forward to at the showcase. Jez Corden recently made a big predictions post around the showcase and follows this up by saying, I've heard about some nostalgic announcements that should chase away the blues for classic Xbox 360 RPG fans. And as far as Xbox 360 JRPGs go, there's really two major options here that many fans are speculating about, that being either Lost Odyssey or Blue Dragon. All this new leaks about an Xbox 360 JRPG being at the showcase really just came to light in the past 24 hours. So many users immediately started to draw connections to this 4chan leak which is now several weeks old. And on that leak, rather randomly in fact, it does mention a Lost Odyssey remaster as being one of the announcements at the showcase. Not many people were making this prediction before the 4chan post, and now we may have several very reputable insiders backing it up. So does that mean this leak's true?
I have not played this. I have no idea, in fact, what this is. Is this gonna be good? Is there a chance? Are they gonna remaster it for modern audiences?
Are we actually going to also get a Fallout 3 remaster in October? Unfortunately, almost certainly not, as many have further suggested that no, it's not actually going to be a Lost Odyssey, but instead it will be a Blue Dragon remaster. In Jez Corden's report, he says that the announcement will chase away the blues for classic Xbox 360 RPG fans, many presuming the blues is a reference to Blue Dragon, and in a now deleted tweet, reputable insider Nate the Hate posted a gif of a Blue Dragon. But some of the recent leaks and rumors from Xbox insiders do seem to suggest that this FTC leaked roadmap for Bethesda may end up becoming a lot more relevant at this year's summer showcase. Tom Warren, one of the most reputable Xbox insiders, reports that Microsoft is supposed to have a lot of games to show this year, more than the 2023 showcase, and we should expect to hear how the 2020...
Well, yeah, obviously they're gonna have a lot to show. At least they're trying to get a lot to show, because Xbox has been struggling in games. They have admitted that themselves. Not that PlayStation's not struggling with games, but, you know, they want more stuff, especially big stuff.
2025 lineup is looking, with some launch dates for some anticipated Xbox games, with further comments suggesting that this showcase could be a legendary one. We heard from xCloud Tim Dog how this Xbox showcase was meant to be insane, and even just yesterday Jez Corden weighed in saying that the potential for the show to be remembered as one of Xbox's best events for raw gaming quality is incredibly high. So with all of that in mind, I think this roadmap suddenly becomes a lot more informative. As things stand, it seems like we're right around here.
I think it's gonna be really bad. Okay, let's look at the games. Doom Eternal, that would be good. Starfield was a disaster. Elder Scrolls Online expansion. Elder Scrolls Online, while it is like the 7th most popular online game, it's still complete garbage and everyone knows it. Redfall, who knows? Ghostwire Tokyo, no idea. Fallout Worlds, Fallout 76, the expansion is horrible. Don't know what this is. Indiana Jones, an absolute woke nightmare. You're literally gonna be replaced by the strong female lead now because Phoebe Waller-Bridge is not done ruining everything you love. Oblivion remaster, complete failure. This is gonna be a complete failure. Oblivion is something that you remember in your mind from when you were a kid. I didn't play Oblivion, I played Morrowind, okay? I remember that with fond memories, but I am 100% certain that I would not enjoy a random hidden dice roll system of hitting my enemies and then dying because I have no idea what's happening. Oblivion Remastered is gonna be medium rare at best. Elder Scrolls Online, Starfield DLC, the DLC is going to be horrible because it's the same lead writer that already made Starfield and the guy's a complete moron and hack. Project Kestrel, don't remember what that is. Elder Scrolls 6, after the disaster of Starfield, people are legitimately afraid what's going to happen to Elder Scrolls 6. Same engine that Starfield was on. Same writers, same everything. So it doesn't look good for that. Fallout 3 Remaster. Fallout 3 is not the greatest Fallout. It's like the 4th best Fallout, arguably even. And Dishonored 3. Dishonored, we all remember as a pretty cool game. The world of Dishonored is actually amazing. I would love to actually get a TV series about Dishonored and the world that they are in. Because that thing is amazing. Not gonna lie. The Dishonored world is super cool. It's the greatest thing ever. And Dishonored 1 was good. Without a question, really, really good. But Dishonored 2 was an absolute travesty. It ruined the story and it was boring. That's just the reality of it.
Here on this roadmap, lots of stuff was delayed due to the pandemic, so it has a roughly 2-year offset. But if you do apply it to your offset, it has been incredibly accurate otherwise. And yeah, we're going to talk about this one in a moment, don't worry. But with these rumors suggesting that we should expect to hear about a lot of games, including some 2025 games, the big one to look at here is Doom, with Doom 0 Year. We've had several signs pointing towards a new Doom reveal at this showcase. Of course, this leaked roadmap being a big one, but also in a recent article, Tom Warren ends by saying Microsoft will be banking on some new announcements lifting the Doom around Xbox. Italicized and capitalized, this seems to be a pretty clear indication that Doom will be at this showcase. That's even further backed up by a recent trademark filing by ZeniMax for IDKFA. This is a cheat code from the original Doom game, giving you full armor, all weapons, full ammo, and all keys. As far as I can tell, there is not a proper consensus on what IDKFA stands for. Some saying it's ID, keys, firearms, ammo, based off what using the command actually gives you, but considering Doom's past marketing, some others have speculated that it is, I don't know, fuck all, because you're using a cheat code to get a bunch of freebies. So barring a gigantic coincidence, it seems like this has to be Doom, and my assumption is IDK.
Doom is arguably the only thing that actually could succeed at this point. Arguably, literally the only thing that has a chance of being a breakout success.
AFA will end up being the naming of one of these DLCs.
But I don't know even about that, honestly, because again, time has passed since Doom originally dropped, okay? No one expected Doom to succeed as good as it did. But now more time has happened, more DUI, more Vogue BS. I don't know if Doom can even succeed.
Which you could also see on this leaked roadmap. So perhaps a launch bundle of DLC and the game both being shown at the showcase, hence the new trademark filing. This also makes me wonder if this new Doom game could be coming out this year as opposed to 2025. Because otherwise, why are you announcing DLCs a full year before the game is even coming out? Although, with all of that in mind, Doom may very well end up becoming one of the most talked about games at this showcase, and not necessarily for good reasons. Over the last few months, we have heard from various insiders like Jez Corden how more Xbox games are going to other platforms. We of course saw this blow up earlier this year as Microsoft officially announced 4 games would be no longer exclusive to Xbox. And in a recent report from Jez
And people got mad. Wow.
Corden, they claim that many more games could be coming to other platforms. The plan to move Xbox games to other platforms is codenamed Latitude internally. And I know there's debate and unease at Microsoft about whether or not this is a good idea. More upcoming Microsoft-owned games slated for PlayStation are already being developed. At least for now, they're potentially obvious games that you'd most likely expect. And yes, while it's true, Microsoft is a prolific publisher on PlayStation already, it has typically revolved around specific franchises like Minecraft. From what I've heard, Microsoft is just pushing for no redline for what games could come to PlayStation, and it all revolves around Satya Nadella and CFO Amy.
Why are people so mad about this, by the way? I completely don't understand it. At the end of the day, if everyone can have every game on every platform, you get all the games. What's the point of being like an elitist? Ha ha ha, you can't get my PlayStation games. Ha ha ha, you can't get my Xbox games. That's kind of stupid. I don't like it. I mean, the sharing is caring in this case.
Hood's mandate to increase every department's margins. To me, this just makes perfect sense and really isn't even that surprising. I said this a few months ago when the Starfield going to PlayStation rumors popped up because, yeah, Microsoft's strategy clearly isn't working, so they're trying new things, and one of those things is releasing their games elsewhere. In his most recent predictions report, Jez Corden speculates that we should be getting an update on that during the Xbox showcase period as well. Going on to say, I think an obvious example that we could see go multi-platform, as in Xbox Series X/S and PlayStation 5, would be the next Doom. I don't think this is necessarily a leak, but more so than anything else, an educated prediction, knowing some details, but perhaps not entirely sure if Doom on PlayStation is a lock. But Doom coming to PlayStation also really wouldn't shock me, and probably shouldn't shock you either. Xbox is clearly trending this way. Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, literally said he believes exclusives are going away. That's gotta start somewhere, and Doom...
Yeah, again, there's probably people watching who don't want to get rid of exclusives. Can you tell me why? There's not really a wrong answer here, so I just want to know why. Why do you think like that? Again, no wrong answers here, so be free to say.
Doom does seem like a solid choice for that. And while I do kind of doubt we see this explicitly mentioned at the Xbox showcase, if it's happening, we'll likely learn about it right around the same time. So maybe they don't say it on stage at the showcase, but instead, as the store page goes live, you're like, oh, yeah, that's not only coming to Xbox, it's coming to PlayStation also. Or even from an interview with Xbox, perhaps at the Xbox Game Showcase Extended, which happens a few days after the main showcase. And in my opinion, if we really do get the reveal that Doom Year Zero is coming to PS5 day one, that will almost certainly dominate the news around this event. But there are a few other games that could definitely pop up from this roadmap. Project Kestrel is the upcoming ZeniMax Online Studios MMO, and Project Platinum is that
Ooh, I don't know about that, but that sounds good.
upcoming Blade game. Both of these games
Ah, the Blade game. Oh boy, I forgot about the Blade. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Blade does not look good at all, boys. It's gonna be, well, it's probably gonna be better than Fable, but still.
could end up being 2025 releases, but based off those comments by Tom Warren, we very likely could be hearing about them and maybe even getting release dates. Or hey, maybe it just ends up being this Oblivion remaster. I've covered this one to death at this point, so I will be brief, but it could be the single most promising surprise for this year. On July 30th, 2023, a Reddit user leaked a variety of games supposedly being worked on by Virtuous Games Paris. This user was claiming to be an ex-employee, but he was verified by the moderators as genuinely being an ex-employee. So right off the bat, this random Reddit post leak has a lot more going for it than the vast majority of other leaks out there. This user went on to claim that a project codenamed Alter was a remaster/remake of Oblivion, with there being ongoing discussions as to whether or not this could turn into a full-on remake. That due to the fact that this was being developed using a pairing system, so visuals and certain overhauls would be done by Unreal Engine 5, while much of the actual gameplay would be handled by Gamebryo, Oblivion's original engine. And yeah, this is the thing, other games have been remastered in exactly the same
Was just said completely just, out of content? Because it kind of feels like it. We have seen these exact talking points previously from him. We have seen actually a couple of the same talking points from him previously. Interesting. Desperation kicking in. Okay, let's check out the Starfield leaks, and that's gonna be it.
Starfield will of course be at this showcase. Todd Howard confirmed as
yeah.
much himself when we did hear from Tom Warren that the Shattered Space DLC is dropping in September. We know that Shattered Space is going to be a House Varun themed DLC. We saw this confirmed in a recent behind
I love House Varun. You know why? They are the only interesting part about Starfield, and the reason why they are the only interesting part about Starfield is because Starfield never explained who they are. They just exist. Their name is House Maroon, and that's kind of cool. And now Bethesda is gonna be like, yes, remember that cool thing that's only cool because we didn't explain anything about it? And well, they're supposed to be really powerful, and that's the only thing we actually said. Well, now we're gonna actually go in depth with them, aka destroy them. Oh yeah, House Maroon is only interesting because no one knows anything about it, aka Bethesda has not had gotten the chance to destroy them. And now Bethesda is gonna destroy them. It's gonna be great.
the scenes video, but Starfield mods should also be dropping right around the same time as the summer showcase. Last year, Bethesda opened up their
I'm sure mods will save Starfield. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, that was Juice Head. Thanks for watching. This was Quizzer Sid saying thanks, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.